Black Hole Comics, what's up, man? So you in North Dakota? Cool. Good job, man. Raymond. Blackbeard, he asked. Yeah, you should come out here. Thanks, bro. Alright, Tiz Jones, he asked, if you get 7 loads within a day, is that good? Yeah, that's good, bro. Charles Richardson. He says it's going to pay off big, little bro. Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't pronounce your name. Y-E-R, Remney, Navarrete. Yes, you company or owner operator? I'm neither both. I call myself a driver because the company is not really a company. You know, it's an owner operator. You know, who has a few trucks. So I'm just a driver. I'm a hired driver. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, man, just put them in the comments and I'll see and I'll answer it as best as I can. But in the meantime, just going down the list here, answering all these comments. Everybody's got a lot of questions, man, and I don't answer emails, so that's why we do the live stream, and I'll do the Q&A at least once a week, and so I get all your questions that you emailed answered. Anthony Johnson says, I'm thinking about coming out and getting my CD out. Yeah, you should, bro. Absolutely. Now, don't think it's gonna be, don't think you're gonna make this kind of money, you know, in the beginning, because you're not. You know, now you can get lucky. You can be lucky. There's drivers out here that been hired on by owner operators somehow, some way, and they're driving right out of driving school. So it can be done. You just gotta have the right connection, you know, and the right owner operator is willing to hire you right out the back. So it can be done, because there's guys out here that are doing it. I just wish I would have known about that. Well, back then when I got on, the oil fields weren't popping, so nobody was hiring. So it's good timing now. DJ Roxy, do you have your own truck? No, I do not. I'm just a driver. I drive somebody else's truck. Cool flatbedder, money machine, fucking right. Yeah, that's right, buddy. I'm gonna give all my shout outs to my subs too. Tony Montana, he's asking me to show my stubs. I don't need to show you my fucking stubs. I just need to show you fucking money. I need to show you cash. When I go to the fucking bank, watch my videos. I go straight to the bank and I deposit my check. I don't need to show you a pay stub. I can show you fucking cash. Kevin, Northern Nevada, the winds pick up. Just a shout out to Kevin. I can't pronounce your last name, but Kevin, S-K-O-G-M-O. Big shout out to you. Flat Dart, big shout out to you too. He wants me to check out his music videos. Big shout out to my dude Chase and Andrew. Good morning, brother. I don't know, hey, Yemny, Y-E-R, Remy, Y-E-R-E-N-Y, last name N-A-V-R-R-E-T-E. Big shout out to you. He's asking me, is this take home or company driver? Damn, I need to get. Yeah, it's take home. That being said, you gotta take your taxes out. So say I make $3,000, right? Or $4,000. That's not, taxes are not taken out of that. So you have to take you have to find a good CPA to figure out your taxes so you can get your money. Casey Nazit, gotta give a shout out to my boy. I haven't watched your sad story video yet, but I will, Casey. And if you guys don't follow Casey, go to Casey. Last name is Neistat. Follow him, man. He's fucking amazing. He's got some great videos. He's got some great content. I ain't even gonna have to say it, man. Just watch his videos. I'm learning just watching his videos so I can step up my videos. But yeah, he's great. Love this channel. Charles Richardson. Big shout out to you too, bro. Dominic W. Oh, thanks, bro. The channel loves you too. Oh, happy 4th of July too, man. Smitty Galassi vlogs. He says 100% G. Alright, bro. Big shout out to Smitty. Jared Myers. He says you run upwind to get away from the H2S. Thanks, Jared. I forgot. I didn't forget, but I had a brain fart, so yeah, thanks. Big shout out to Jared for keeping me alive. Ant, how long do you stay out? He asked, how long do I stay out? I stay out. I don't take no days off, man. I work 7 days a week. 7 days a week. 16-hour day shifts. Or whatever it is. You know, your legal limits. Don Gilly, big shout out to you. He says, I like your videos, but please take your H2S monitor off your hard hat. He is absolutely right. I should not be wearing my H2S monitor on my hard hat. I should be wearing it where it's at right now. Oh, well, I had it right there on my pocket. Alright, I gotta take a break. I gotta get my breakfast. Fucking microwave takes forever to heat up my food. Alright, so let's get back to the questions and the shout outs. Alright, big shout out to Dominic W. Shout out to Albert Cuba. That's right. He asked, hey, man, the owner use his own trailers? Yes, the owner has his own trailers. Big shout out to Albert. Shout out to Truck Driving Diva. Shout out to Venture Simone. He's asking what company am I with. I can't tell you that. Dorset Prince. Big shout out to you. That's how he says. That's how you work sand. That's how you work sand business. Me and I was negotiating my sand. Jose Vargas. He's asking, can I get your info? You're gonna have to go back. You're gonna have to go back and watch video lessons. I mean, a video, and get that information. And I've already answered that question, and gotta go back and watch the videos. I'm just joking. I'm a driver. I wouldn't call it a company, but it's the same thing. I don't call it a company because it's not a company. I'm my own company, which is Malay Transport. That's my company. I'm pretty much, I don't know what you want to call it, just a driver, that's it. Let's see what we got here. Rashard, what's up, sir? I'm glad you're keeping the motivation. I'm flying for as many frac. Okay. He's saying that he's applying for some frac companies as I can in West Texas. That's great, man. That's where you should be. You should be in West Texas. You should be in Texas, period. It don't matter where you are. Texas is where it's at. Reason being is because the weather is 365. You know what I mean? Consistent. You don't have to worry about the cold. Now, if you're a cold type person, you like cold weather, then, you know, by all means, go to North Dakota. Or come here to North Dakota. But I'm out of here when it gets cold. We are out. Right now, we are pulling in the wash. Oh, well, you can't see the truck wash. But pulling in the truck wash. As you can see, the truck is filthy. Got a lot of bugs out here. A lot of fucking bugs. Alright, let me pull up real quick. Get to your questions in a second. Hey, did he tell you about the oil underneath that needs to get washed out?
No, he didn't say anything about it.
There's oil all up underneath there.
Under the engine compartment?
Yeah, from where the transmission is all the way back.
Okay.
It needs to be cleaned off.
We'll make sure we hit it.
Alright, so back to the Q&A. Oh man. Let's see what we got here. We got a lot of fucking emails, man, so it's gonna be a minute. And we got plenty of time. We got hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So we got plenty of time. And shout outs. David L. I can't pronounce your last name, but you get it. Daniel B. You should get your CDL license. 100%. Hot Flop 2011. Tiz Jones. Toza? I don't know. Toza? TZO? Jones? That's right. Keeping in shape is a must. Especially for my old fucking ass. And I am old. I'm old as a motherfucker. I don't look old, but I'm old as fuck. I'm over 40 years old, so you get the fucking picture. So yeah, I gotta stay tight. If I don't stay tight, I'll fall off. Julio, purchase. He asked, what's good, man? The company you work for, do you need to have your own truck and trailer? No, I do not. I am a driver. So if you're a company or / driver, you don't need to bring anything to the table. All you need to do is just bring yourself. That's it. Matthew. I'm not gonna be pronouncing these names, but Matthew D. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see what he has to say.
You got a bar to undo your tail guard?
No, all you gotta do is pushing it on through. I already looked through it. Yep. All right, so damn, there's no way I'm holding it. It says Matthew DeSalt. Yes, hey buddy, I have my CDL, about 10 years experience. How do I get into oil fields? And where are you located? Can you refer me to anybody? Only thing I can refer you to is Craigslist. It's pretty much what I did. It worked for me, so if it worked for me, it could work for you. Yeah, Craigslist is where it's at. And you only want to be messing with owner-operators. That's what I do. That's what I would do, and that's what I would recommend. I wouldn't mess with a big company. That's just me. To each its own. Let's see. Rooster S. Bradley Z. Kevin Cooper. Bobby Chapman. He asked, who you hauling frac sand for? I have experience. Well, I'm not going to tell you who I'm hauling for. If you go back in my videos, the guy owning the truck, he's actually in it. He's giving his info. I'm not going to tell you that. Craigslist. But yeah, the information is on the videos if you go back and check. So I'm not going to tell you. You got to watch the videos. And he needs trucks. So go back and watch the videos. He'll have all this information. So for the guys that have been watching videos, man, they got an advantage. Kevin Cooper, Bobby Chapman, Ramon Kent. It says I need doubles and triples. Yeah, sure. If you have all the endorsements, it doesn't hurt. If anything, you have nothing but to gain. So yeah, that's where you want to be. Anthony Johnson. He's asking, what ethnicity are you or your ethnic background? We'll just leave that one in the air. We'll just say, we'll just leave that one in the air. We'll leave that one alone. Amanda. She asked, what company do you research? It's awesome. She's covering, what's she saying?
No. So
Amanda says, I'm on my way. Put in my 2 weeks notice here in Minnesota. See you out there, man. Fuck student loan debt. Let's roll. That's awesome, bro. Hey, man, just because I'm doing it, you know, it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? This shit right here is, it's, you know, it's good money, but you gotta work for it. That's all I'm saying. It takes a lot of hard work. A lot of driving, a lot of hours, a lot of days, a lot of months. It just takes a lot of hard work. It's not easy. So don't think it's you coming out here. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna make this. It's easy money. It's easy if you got the mindset, you dedicated, yeah. But if you going home like every week or shit like that, you ain't gonna make that kind of money. You ain't gonna ball like that. You gotta be out here 24/7. You gotta be out, months at a time, man. You know what I mean? Anthony Montegro. He says, how can I contact you? Have some questions to ask. You can contact me right now on the live stream. All right, let's get to these live stream questions. Rashad, will you become an owner operator? Fuck no. Start a small fleet. Money just seasonal. No, I already have another business I do, so this is just capital money I'm making. All the money I make here goes directly into a special account, and it goes into where I can flip it. That's all this money uses for. Get to it. What is it? Oh, 8. He says, what's good, bro? What do you suggest for a person with no experience and no CDL trying to get in? Well, you got to do your work, man. Just like every other driver out there. First you just got to get your CDL. And if you're lucky, you could probably catch a job if you do your homework, or have a connection that will get you started in the oil fields. You don't necessarily got to, a lot of companies, if you go for a big company, they're going to want 2 years experience, meaning 2 years over the road, some sort of over the road, is what they're looking for. But they want 2 years, man, tractor trailer experience. So, yeah, get your 2 years in and get signed up at the oil fields if you try to get with a big company. But owner operators will take you right out of driving school. You just got to find the right owner operator that has the right insurance that will take you. It's not really up to owner operator. It's really not up to the OO. That's too much of a fucking word to be saying all at once in the morning. They just call it OO, owner operator. It's not up to them. It's up to the insurance company. The insurance company's gonna near you. So. Trucker boss. Boss trucker. He says, man, if you're making that as a driver, I wonder what you would do if you had your own truck. Damn it, man. I already answered that. Andrew Blue. He asked, can you run teams? Yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want out here, man. If you have your own truck. Or an owner operator that's willing to let you, have a team driver, which I'm sure he won't mind. He's making money 24/7 on that truck. Marcus Franz is asking, how's the gym scene in North Dakota? I have no idea. I can care less. I'm worried about the money scene in North Dakota. I got my own gym scenes right outside the truck. Some trap. I'm working 7 days a week, man. 7 days a week. Montez Daniel. No, I'm not in Midland. I'm in Williston, North Dakota. Trucking 45. He wants my email. I'm not going to give you my email. You don't need my email. You just need the live stream. I'm right here, brother. Anthony Montenegro CW. Truck driver diva. No, I don't have my own truck. I'm a driver. I drive somebody else's truck. Truck driver diva. She asked, "Will they hire you if you have your own truck?" Absolutely. It's no different than any other job, or any other place. You know, whether reefer, heavy haul, doesn't matter. Same thing. She said, "How do you get on the oil fleet?" Just got to check, just like anything else, just like any other job. You know. Look around. Craigslist. Look at any other job, listing. Just look around, man. AS.
No. So I just did.
Oh, I can't see that. I can't see the question. I don't know why. It's stupid. Sometimes it doesn't show up on my. Anyways, sometimes the comment doesn't show up. I don't know why. Shout out to Jet. No. King Big. JLC 2600. He's asking, where do you go to watch your live stream? I don't know. That is a question that you're going to have to ask yourself when you go to my channel. Just it'll pull up. My friends, they tell me that when I pull a live stream, it'll pop up on their phone. So I don't know. Just when you go to my channel, just refresh, and it should be on the top of the list, or the second to the list, second to the top, or third to the top. It should pull up, and then it'll say live, and then click live, and you'll be right here with me. Justin Eady. I already answered. Ashley. Laundry. Big Tex Trucking. Bob S. Thanks for subbing in. Marcus Franz. He's asking, Marcus Franz, he's asking, is the dollar amount you showed take home or before? I take home, right then and there. Then yeah, I had to pay my own taxes out of that, so when I take all my shit to the CPA, then they'll figure it out. But yeah, pretty much it's take home. But no, I haven't took my taxes out, so yes, it's take home, no, it's not take home. This is cash is what I'm making right at this minute, and I have to take taxes out of that at the end of the year. So, Roadrunner Bill, Wavy Status 007, King John. He's asking what stocks do I fuck with. I fuck with anything that's hot. I got 2 stocks I'm in right now, and I'm watching them as we speak. And they are fucking running against me. They're squeezing the shit out of me. Yeah, squeezing me. I'm down like 500 fucking bucks, almost 600 bucks. No. Yeah, I'm down 628 bucks. Montez Daniel. Aquafish. What are you saying? He says, you told me on one of your live streams for me not to knock my warehouse job. It's a slave job. Fuck that job. Since I need to make some real money like you. Well, then again, like I said, the only reason why I make the money I make is because I'm out here 24/7. 7 days a week. That being said, I need to take my taxes out of here on that. I'll take all those taxes. I'll do my taxes at the end of the year, and have the CPA do all my deductions. Luke SK. DJ the Trucker. Sinny Burger. Sunny? Sinny? SINNIE. Channel loves you. Says, I love your videos. Let's see what he says. Let's read his comments real quick. Says, I can't read his fucking comments because it doesn't pull up. Guys? Shout out to Ken James. Joe Washington.
Yo, what's going on?
Joe Washington, you have the best videos. I went from learning about trucks to learning about credit and stocks. You're welcome, brother. Jacob Watts. Jose SAGASTUME. Raymond Soy. Gotta eat this food, man. Oh man, let me get this breakfast in. Man, Jimmy John's, they make some serious breakfast, boy. That tastes like the shit right out the restaurant, but better. I had a sausage gravy biscuit, a little bowl like this. This is just without the biscuit, but it's got the gravy and the potatoes. Oh man, they make the best breakfast bowl. I'm telling y'all, best breakfast bowls. Yeah, by far. You don't got time to go to a restaurant and spend all that money. I'm not going to a restaurant spending fucking $15 on a breakfast. I ain't doing it. Not when I'm out here trying to make money. No, not when I'm out here trying to make money. I'm not. I'm not gonna be doing that every day. Um, let's see. What was that? Who's that asking? Roston S. He asked, "What be a good penny stock to watch for?" Okay, that's a great question. You want to look for the hot stocks? You want to look for the hot stocks that are moving? Go to Yahoo Finance. When you go to Yahoo Finance, pull up top percent gainers of the day. Those are your movers. Not one stock is gonna be better than every stock is gonna be you can't pick a stock. You let finance pick let Yahoo Finance pick your stocks. They'll tell you if you have a software program that pull up top percent gainers. Only mess with those stocks. Those are the moves of the day. Those are the ones that are moving. You only want to mess with stocks that are moving, especially with low price stocks. You're not gonna make $1 million in one year fucking with Facebook. And it only moves maybe 0.25%. You know what I mean? It don't move shit. These low price stocks that are like under $20, I don't mess with a fucking stock unless it's under $1. You know, you ain't gonna make $1 million in a year fucking with high price stocks because you ain't got the capital. Especially if you're watching my channel, I know you ain't got the capital. But if you want to make $1 million in a year, you gotta mess with the low price stocks. They bounce and they pop 200, 300, 1,000%, 2,000%, 150,000%. You can literally become a few $100,000 richer overnight. It just depends on the stock. It just depends on your timing. You can make a shit. You ain't gonna get rich fucking with high price stock. Long story fucking short, you'll get rich with fucking with low price stocks. That's my spiel about that. I can go on and on about the shit, but we're not. This is Q&A about you guys and your questions. I can show you fucking cash, classic. Terrell E. Diggs, big shout out to him. Jason Andrew, he asked, do I ever buy real estate? No, brother, but I will once I have a few $100,000 or a couple $1 million in my account. I will, absolutely. All right, let me get some shots of my live streams. Get to it. Charles E. Diggs, I call you guys out. Got you. Charles Richardson. I'll do a video today on or as soon as I get done with breakfast, I'll show you guys the drone, what it looks like. Flat Darp. He says get real estate and rent it out. I don't think I would probably do all that. That sounds like a fucking headache. And I make enough money. I know I'll be making boatloads of money on the stock market, so I don't need another business like that. My business allows me freedom, once I start rolling. So that's what I like. I don't want to have to be dealing with folks, man. I'm not a people person. I have to be checking in, motherfucking fucking up my house and shit that I'm renting out to them. Fucking I throw y'all. Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't be a good. What do you call it? What do they call it when you're manager or whatever you call it? I wouldn't be a good manager. I'll just throw their shit out in the fucking house, or I have the sheriffs there getting those fuckers out my house because they can't fucking take care of it. All right, let me get to eat. But yeah, if you guys got questions, I'll answer now. Okay, so I can do the. This is the drone. This is what I got. That's controller. This is by DJI. Probably one of the best drones out there, man, by far. It is the best drone. Especially aerial drone footage. It's the best drone by far, hands down. Here it is right there. Purple carbon fiber. How about that? Yeah. We got the wrap on there. There's the camera. Can't see it because I got the little thing on there. But yeah, that thing is a beast. It's about 45 miles an hour. But the video quality is insane. And its stability and all the features that come with it. It does return home. I'll hit a button, that son of a bitch will come. It'll go wherever I want it to go and land. It just, I used to fly RC helicopters a few years back. It was an expensive hobby. The reason why it was so expensive because when you crash them, you know, my blades were like $100. And back then, $100 was a lot of money. You know what I mean? Especially the job I was doing. Well, back then, helicopters I was flying, they had none of that return home. That thing was about to crash. It was just gonna crash. Where if something would go wrong with this thing, it'll bring itself home. You know, it's like I said, it's really cool. Anyways, so there you go. That's the Mavic Pro. I'm still trying to set it up. I think the last thing I got to set up is the actual camera features. You know, like the camera quality is what I'm working on. But my setup's almost done. I am in the oil business. Girls ask me what I do for a living. Yes, I'm in the oil business. All she could probably see is dollar signs. So Darby, if we put a gun on a drone, you could do that. There's a helicopter I was gonna buy a couple years back. It's like $40,000. It was like, I don't know if you watched movies back in the 80s, but they had a movie called Blue Thunder. Anyways, it's an exact replica, and it was pretty big. It's pretty damn big. I would say about maybe close to 10 feet long, about, you know, a foot and a half off the ground. It was a big boy, but it had the Gatling, it had the what do you call it? The machine gun, whatever you call it, spinning gun, and it'll actually shoot bullets. So, yeah, for $40,000, you get the same features as this kind of drone. It'll fly itself back. It'll hover on its own. But yeah, you're paying $40,000 for it because the quality of the aircraft is. You're like, damn, that's expensive, man. What kind of RC helicopter is that? Yeah, the quality of it was just. It was all, you know, it was all handmade, you know what I'm saying? So the materials they were using, you know, the time, that's why it was so expensive. I didn't get it though. I didn't have time to get it. She didn't. Sure. Let's see. Oh, that's good, man. I'm glad you guys like the aerial videos. It's awesome. That's why I got it. I got it for you guys. That's the only reason why I got it. That is the only Big Kev. Shout out, man. What up, brother? No, the carbon fiber it's just a wrap. I wish they did have a full carbon fiber. That'd be awesome. You know, I would have got it. Back to the emails. Oh, nope, not that way. Joel Washington, Shelby Waters, Pat Ken James, GT Green, Phoenix 240. Kyle Compton, Jonathan Westbrook, Sharif Rahid, Christopher. No, you don't need a hazmat to haul sand, but you do need a hazmat for oil. I'm not sure about water. You might need a hazmat for water. I think you do. Christopher Truman. I started in Tampa truck driving school. He's asking who do I start my CDL class with. Trent Wenzel, Wiz Hells, I can't even mispronounce his fucking name. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Remy Solis. Can't tell you what company I drive for. But if you watch the videos, I got the guy that owns the truck. He pretty much tell you all that information. So if you're watching videos, you know the answer to that. But I'm not going to tell you that. Richard D. King Jing. Alright, did you? He's asking what endorsement equipment do I need to work? Just depends on what field you get into. There's a variety of different fields you can get into. Like I said, water, sand, oil. Pick one. And then you're going to need your tanker, and you're probably going to need your you could do triples and doubles. Just get all your endorsements. You're going to need all of them. Carlos DeCamilio. Tasha. Jade Warren, Philip Boba, DJ Jarvis, TNA Show, Douglas Parker, Drone Trucker, Amaro 127. I got a 10-speed truck, and it's bad as a motherfucker. The truck I got is bad as it's a haul ass. I ain't got no governor. I do 85, 80, 90 miles an hour in this motherfucker. Loyal Trucking 28. He asks, what's it like to be in the oil fields? Being in the oil fields. I can't describe it. You know, you got to be out here. Right now it's hot. Area I'm at messes with my sinuses a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot. I always got to constantly blow my nose and get that shit up out of there. They got this stuff called Sakura dirt. That shit's like concrete. You fuck around, you breathe that shit. You can imagine what it does on the ground, right? Because it gets so hard like concrete. So if you're breathing this shit, and imagine what it's doing inside, you know, inside you. So I gotta constantly be blowing that shit out my nose. You know, there's a lot of. It's dangerous out here, man. You know, it's real dangerous out here. There's a lot of shit that can go wrong out here, man. You know, for starters, is, you know, the shit that we're at, like we're on these frac sites. There's a lot of flammable shit going on around there. Anything can blow. You know what I mean? It don't take much for shit to get wrong. You got explosives on site. You got, you know, high flammable gases on site. You got you got gases out there that can kill you within a matter of seconds if you don't have the right monitor. So you know, it's there's a reason why you get paid out. There's a reason why they pay the big bucks out here. You know, it's risky out here. Risk reward, right? That's how this game is. But Andrew, you're not gonna wear a fucking mask 24/7, man. You gotta breathe like I'm breathing right now. I'm just pointing out a fact, man. It's just like put it this way: if you were living in Texas, you had to ask that same question: should I be wearing a mask every day? Why you're not even working? You're just living out there, right? So all these people out there that are, I don't even know how Texas is, but the people that live out here in North Dakota, you know, they come in contact with this dirt. I was saying, it's Sakura, what do they call it? They come in contact with this dirt at least once a day or pretty much every day, right? So are they wearing a mask? No. You know what I mean? They're just living their life every day. But for somebody that's coming in from a different, you know, state, you know, it's a 9-day difference, man. Fucks with my allergies. Like I said, I gotta constantly be blowing my shit out. Like right now, I'm stuffing, but I think it's just because I ate that food. I didn't eat salt water. Oh, so every morning I wake up. This right here. Every morning I wake up, and every time I go to bed, I want to do it consistently because I'm either tired or I forget to take it, but this right here cures cancer. It cures any kind of disease you got in your body. If you want to learn more, there's a link I'll leave. Or you can go to YouTube right now and you can pull his name, you can pull it up. And he'll explain everything. Why the salt, why the water is so healthy for you. And why, and how it kills. Not only just the salt in the water will help you get rid of your cancer if you got cancer or any other disease that you got in your body. He'll explain all that, but you have to have your diet and your exercise in check too. That's why my blood levels are amazing. From what my doctors quoted, they said your fucking blood results look amazing. Whatever you're doing, keep doing. Those are the doctor's words, verbatimly, exactly word for word what he said to me. Like I said, I'm over 40 years old, so, you know, my blood results compared to another 40-year-old is night and day, man. They can't even keep up. Like when I went to the clinic that my homeboy owns, just the physician that was doing my blood work, I mean my blood pressure and shit, he was like, wow, what are you doing? And I totally forgot, but it was the salt. On top of all the workout and on top of the meals. But yeah, salt's a motherfucker, boy. Especially the right salt. This is the right salt. This is the salt you want. The reason why you want to go with Himalayan salt, because Himalayan salt has 88 different minerals that you can't get from anything else on the planet. And that your body needs. And that it doesn't get because you're not taking Himalayan salt. You know? So you're getting 88 minerals that you can't get from anything else or any other food than salt, than the Himalayan salt. But anyways, depending on what your weight is, your frame, whatever your weight is, you know, depends on how much water you need. I drink water every hour, every other hour, you know, whatever it is. I just cut out the orange juice. I was drinking a lot of orange juice, but I think orange juice, between the sugar and the acidic fucks with my body, and the sugar alone is not good for you anyways. It'll throw your pH balance. It'll throw it off, or whatever. It throws my body off. Like, my energy levels have gone through the roof since I haven't even drank orange juice the last few days. So yeah. Oh, so let's get to the water. So basically, how you do the water is, it's simple. Not everybody can handle it. You're not gonna handle it in the beginning. I'll tell you that right now. But I'll throw a teaspoon of this in this bottle of water, and I'll drink it every morning and right before I go to bed. See, teaspoon, salt. See the salt and the water. Shake that bad boy up, and you just alkalize water. That's pretty what that is. Cancer can't live in an alkalized type environment, so that's what kills the cancer. Is the oxygenated that you have in your blood through the alkalizing your body with salt and water and a diet. That's what kills cancer. And I had a doctor tell me that it does that too at a Tampa General Hospital. He says, but yeah, he says, Malay man, he's like, well, we can't tell our patients, because he's working at a hospital. So what is in a hospital? A hospital is a government-ran facility. They got rules and regulations that they got to go by. They got to abide by, right? Well, who's running these regulations, and who's running the laws, right? The government. So he's saying, as a doctor, look, Malay, when you come to the hospital, I cannot tell you to drink this shit right here. I can't tell you to do this. What I can tell you is you could just take some fucking, if you do got cancer, I can tell you to take some chemotherapy, right? And some other fucking chemicals to help you kill that shit. But in the meantime, while those chemicals are killing that specific cancer, it's fucking killing your body too. So you're just dumping poison in your fucking system to get even more sick. Anyway, so yeah, Himalayan salt, man, it kills cancer. And your diet and your workout, the combination of that with no sugar, and you kind of want to stay away from meats. You know, that's not happening for me until I get cancer. If I do get cancer, then I won't be eating any more meat. But they say no meat, no sugar, and no acidics. And as long as you stay away from those three things and do the water and raw food diet and exercise, cancer will be gone within a matter of a couple months. But if you go to a doctor, he's gonna fucking poison you. He's gonna give you what he's giving my stepdad. Or he's not my stepdad. He's my sister's stepdad. He's got cancer. He's been smoking all his life, and they told him to start doing chemo. And he's not. I guess he didn't do his research, so he's doing the chemo like the doctor told him. Because, you know, the doctor, you know, these people, they trust these fucking scumbags. You know, fuck them, man. They work for the government. I'm not saying the government's a bad deal. I love America. You know, I'm a citizen. I'm born here at home. This is my home. But at the end of the day, we're a capitalist country. You know, everybody's out to make money. Everybody's out to make a dollar. So you can't trust somebody if they're out trying to make a dollar. They're not going to give you their honest opinion. You know what I mean? Especially if they want your money and they want your, you know, they're trying to get rich. You know, they're going to say whatever they got to say to get themselves rich, and that's how it is, man. That's how it is. That's just my outlook on it. You might have a different outlook. That's where to each his own. That's just me looking in. That's just me. That's how I see it. You know, and don't get me wrong. If something pops up to where I read about it, or I hear something, and if it makes sense, then I'll go with it. But if it don't make sense, then shit, it don't make no sense. But right now, this shit don't make no sense. You know, if this shit right here can cure cancer, why the fuck the hospitals don't have all this shit lined up, ready for you to come in and start drinking this motherfucker, versus drinking radiation fluid in your veins? You tell me. You tell me. I'm not stupid by a long shot, but I know I ain't the smartest motherfucker. But I tell you what, common sense tells me, hey, look, I'm not gonna throw some poison in my system when I already got something in my system. You know what I mean? I'm not dumping any kind of poison on my body. Any. Especially that high toxic level. You know what I mean? That being said, we're always dumping some sort of chemicals in our body. I'm not saying, you know, I'm some fucking pure monk and shit. It's, you know, nah, man. I'm sure the fucking ice cream I'm eating's got some chemicals in it. You know what I mean? That I eat every fucking night. I got it in my fridge. You know, I know this water has some sort of chemicals. But what I'm saying is, just outright fucking, you know, the highest form chemical that they're gonna just put in my body. I'm not okay with that. But anyways, enough rant and raving about that. Let's get back to the questions and the shout outs. Terrell E. Diggs. Jose Marquez. V. Walker. DC Valentine. No, I'm not driving for 1845. I drove for an old operator. King J. OP. You can get in touch with me by my live stream. That's what we do. That's why I do the live stream, so I can communicate with you guys, and you guys can communicate with me. You guys have any questions or Q&A, we'll get it taken care of right then and there. I don't answer emails. I don't do none of that shit. I ain't got time for it. That's why I do the fucking live stream. Harlem World King. So that's all for the Q&As on my emails. Kevin K.A. Yeah, lost power. There you go. Fuck yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's the kind of money I'm making. I'm making the same kind of money, man. That's what you want. You're making $3,000 a week. Take it right now. Look, the government's not all that bad. Don't get me wrong. I love the government too, but you know, there's some of the things I just don't agree with. You know, because if it wasn't for the government, we wouldn't be in this beautiful country. You know what I mean? Our country. You know what I mean? So at some point, you gotta love them. It's a love-hate relationship.
Say hello to the exclusive Northland.
Love-hate relationship with the government, man. You know, you gotta love them. Sometimes you gotta hate them. I love Donald Trump, but you know, there's things that I'm not gonna love everything he does. You know what I mean? You know, I've loved Donald Trump since the get, before he was even a politician. You know, his motivation. You know, motherfucker went bankrupt. He was broke 4 times, and he's still $1 billion. You know what I mean? That's what you call motivation, boy. Not for me. I'm saying for him. He's motivated to make money. Shit, he'll do it. He do it. He doesn't let the losses affect him. That's what you call strive right there, boy. Boy, he knows his shit. Yeah, True Williams, hey, you know, shit happens, man. That was the past. It's not the past anymore, bro. Live in the future, man. Yeah, it was a fucked up past. Forget about that. You know, what happened to the Indians? Same thing, man. It is what it is, bro. You know, the past doesn't equal the future. You get what I'm saying? Past doesn't equal the future, man. Whatever the fuck happened in the past is in the past, man. And one thing about this country, they strive to fucking, change. You know, especially they strive for change, man. Whether it's good or bad. So forget about the past, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't forget about the past. What I'm saying is, past is the past. But it's not like that now, right? We living good, right? We on YouTube of all colors. We hang out with all colors. It's all good, man. You know, the past is the past, man. Yeah, it was a fucking shitty ass past, but hey, what are you gonna do? You know, if it wasn't for the past, I wouldn't be here, and everybody else wouldn't be here. You know, living the way they living now. So it's a blessing, and at the same time, it's a curse, right? But the past doesn't equal the future. So. Let's see. Well, Lost Power, you can't really go by what somebody else is saying unless you see the numbers. If you see the numbers, if you see their check stubs or you see them pulling out cash, then yeah, do your thing, man. But yeah, you know, verify, man. Get that shit verified. Verify what the fuck they're talking about, the numbers, man. You know? It's easy for somebody to say, yeah, I'm making $6,000 a week. To me, that's a little much. And if they're making $6,000 every 2 weeks, you know, consistent, they got to be doing oil. They're hauling oil, or they're hauling water, one or the other. You know, or even sand. I don't know, but that's far, man. That's far. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a company driver. So be wary about that. But yeah, you can make it. You can make it. You know, I know guys out here making, you know, that you know, the guy was saying 4,000. You know, 4,000 a week. So that's $8,000 every 2 weeks. But he's hauling water. You know, that's on the high end level. You know, it's just like trucking, man. It's not consistent it's not gonna be like that every week. 1 week you might pull 8,000. 1 week you might pull 4,000. 1 week you might pull 6,000. And then next week you might pull 1,000. I mean, you know, next week you might pull, you know, 1,500. Next week you might pull 2,000. You know what I mean? It just fluctuates. You know, the work is not always going to be consistent. Your truck's not going to always be consistent. You know what I mean? Just like anything else. Yeah. I mean, 6,000 is a lot. And I'm going to tell you right now, they're telling you $6,000, but they're running their ass off. I'm talking about no fucking sleep. They're getting it. You know what I mean? So, question is, can you get it? Can you fucking run your ass off? You know what I mean? Can you fucking go periods at a time where you're just dead tired? Can you do that? You know what I mean? Because $6,000 as a company driver, you can hang that shit up. You ain't gonna make that every week. I mean, every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Unless you're just a bad motherfucker. Unless you're just a machine. You know what I mean? But as a company driver, $6,000 every 2 weeks, that's a little far, man. That's a little far. And I got verification from an oil guy that's hauling oil, and that's kind of like the top. That's like the top of the pay right there. With less driving, you know what I mean? They made $4,800 for 2 weeks. You're saying 6,000? That means you really gotta haul ass. You really gotta be. Your truck's gotta be doing 100 miles an hour. You gotta be running like crazy. Your pay better be fucking like your percentage pay better be 30%. You know, and you're a new driver coming into the, you know, as a, you know, a new hire. I'm sure you ain't gonna make 30% because you ain't gonna make what this guy's making. You know, you look on average, man. From what I've experienced and what I've heard, these guys that have a lot more experience than me, that have been doing a lot longer than me, out here in North Dakota, they're making $4,000, and these guys are running. These are old timers. These guys been out here 10, 15 fucking years. So when you're saying you making $6,000, owner operator must be making that. You know, owner operator must be making that, or the company driver has got an insane fucking percentage rate, and he's got a 100-mile truck, and he's running, and he hauling ass. You know what I mean? So, be honest, you ain't gonna make no $6,000 every 2 weeks. You might be about 5,000. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. That's just my experience, man. From when I've talked, that I've talk to owner operator, not owner operator, just company drivers, right? And this is what they're making, $6,000. That's bullshit. Show me. That's what I'm in. I got this channel. I show you my money. I show you. I still. I need to make my timesheet today. I need to see how much money I made today. Yeah, Lost Power. That's a little high, man. That's a little high. It sounds like they're trying to get you in. They're trying to get you in and come drive for them. And we're gonna give you 6,000. You can make 6,000. Yeah, okay. All right. But hey, man, if you can make, look, you figure the average going rate out here in North Dakota. I don't know about Texas, but in North Dakota, you're averaging, every 2 weeks, anywhere from 5,000. On a high end, 6,000. I still haven't seen a $6,000 check yet, or heard of a $6,000 6K check yet. The highest I've heard out here is about $4,800, and the only reason why that guy made $4,800 is because he has a hazmat and he's hauling oil. He's hauling crude oil. All right, that's not consistent. It's not gonna be like that every fucking day or every pay period. But the average, is anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 is what you're making. Anything over that, that's far-fetched. I haven't heard or seen. One guy said he made $13,000. Okay, you made $13,000 in 3 weeks. Show me, man. Show me the money. I've been out here. I did exactly what he did, and that being said, he might have had a higher percentage rate than I did. When I heard that story, I was making 25%. He might have been making 30%, and he did it for 3 weeks. He made $13,000 in 3 weeks. That is unverified. I'm just going off of what he said and what the owner operator said, because he was trying to offer me a job right in front of my guy right in front of the guy that owns the truck that I drive for. He was trying to pull me right in front of him. He said, "Man, my drivers make my driver made $13,000 in 3 weeks." Now, if you want to call that verified, you got the owner operator right there, and you got the driver, and they're both talking the same numbers in public with a bunch of group of guys. I would call that verified. But if you had to do the math, right? What was that? What was the breakdown? What's the breakdown? 13,000 and 3 times divided by 3. All right, so 13,000 divided by 3. That's $4,333 a week he was making. That's a lot of money. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. You go to Walmart. This is where I bought that salt. You get this at Walmart. Get that at Walmart, bro. Big old thing. It'll last you about 2 months. Oh, Big Kev, what's up, man? Oh, Oh, okay. What's up, Big Kev, man? No, True Wings. All you gotta do is just wean yourself in. Like I said, I take 1 teaspoon. You couldn't do 1 teaspoon right off the back. It'll take some time, little by little. But I would do a half a teaspoon of water. I would drink probably like 8, depending on how much you weigh, at least 8 to 10 bottles of water a day. And then your diet and your exercise. You know what I mean? Watching the old truck today. Some bitch. Oh my God. Hey, I swear, they said some lady at Walmart that's from here. She is from the north. She said, I heard about Florida and their bugs. I'm like, after seeing what I've seen out here in North Dakota, the bugs are way worse out here than it is in Florida. Way worse. Dude, my whole front of the truck is just covered in bugs. Covered. I'm talking about cake. Nothing but cake on there.
Gotta go get my clothes real quick. What's up with these guys in that fucking answer?
Ready some time? Angie? It's workout time. About to get this fucking workout. I don't know why I erased it, but Flies. I don't fuck with them. I don't feel like fucking with flies. Tucker. guess we can play around with the drone for a little bit before we get this workout. Alright, I gotta set this bitch up. Got 5 brokers I can fuck with now. Hey Tam, how you doing? Good. Jim told me to call you. He said you guys need some trucks. What load you got right now? How many miles are they running? And what's the race? So you guys busy? You guys gonna be busy all day today, or what? Okay. Yeah. When you, how long till you get the sheet, the rate sheet? Sounds good. I'll call you back then. Thank you. Yeah, you could just text it to me. That's fine. Yeah, as soon as you give me that rate sheet, we'll go ahead and get loaded. Where's the loaders? Where are you getting loaded at? Where's that? Where's that seat? Where's that at? Oh, okay. Where exactly is that at? Where's that? Is that by the bypass? Right. Okay. Okay. All right. Red River. Okay. And that one's 91 miles. Yeah. Okay. Great. All right. Well, guess give me the rate sheet. We'll see what we can do. Thank you. But desperate. They desperate for drivers. They're like, oh yeah, we need drivers all day, all night. Yeah. My boy said he got 6 loads already. 6 loads. Woo! Between that, hopefully the rate's pretty good. Between that broker and the high-end broker, that sounds like a $6,000. That sounds like a $6,000 pay week. You know, if you want to do the math real quick, you know, my average rates, right? My average rates are about 120, right? Yeah, I stay around the 120 range, right? She said 91, right? 91 miles. So 91 miles, they're gonna pay. 91 miles, they're gonna pay for real. That's over $1,000, right? And I make 28% of that, right? So let's do the math real quick. So let's say $1,000. I'm pretty sure that's not big, but let's say $1,000 times 28%. That's $280 I make on that run, 90-mile run. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the rates are. The rates better be good, because on the 80-mile run right now, I'm making $172. That's $617 that pays to the truck, and I make $172.76 on 81 miles. She said 91 miles. So, like I said, 81 miles. Let me look at the pay sheet right here. What's 91 miles? 91 miles on this is $723. Alright? So I was a little off. So 91 miles on this pay sheet is $723. And so 723 times 28%. It's 202. So what? It's still good. That's $200. $200 on a run like that. That's gravy. Yeah. And they said they need runs like that all night long. All day, all night. Need trucks. No, we just setting goals. We want to hit that 6,000 mark. We want to hit that 6,000 mark. We haven't made it yet, but we definitely want to make it. And with those between those two brokers running all day and all, yeah, that's good. We can make it. But let's see what the pay sheet is. If the pay sheet ain't about shit, if the bitch is trying to play like, you know, let's see what the low end brokers, they're only paying $580 on a 90 mile run, man. Which ain't shit. Do the math on that. $580 on a 90 mile run. It's only $162. Still good money, right? Still good money because we're a driver. We don't have to worry about expenses. We don't have to worry about fuel. We don't have to worry about none of that shit. So $162 for a run, still fucking good. Still good. Still good, right? And that's where the low end broker, right? That's what they paying. 91 miles. 91 miles, the other broker is paying $580, right? Versus the one I'm rolling with now is paying $723. Alright? So if I make this run with this broker now and their rate for 91 miles is $580, we'll run it. That's, like I said, that is that's $162.40. So that's good money. If I can make $162 on a 91 mile run, then we rolling. So she's gonna get back to me in about 5 minutes with the pay sheet, and we'll get rolling here. I was gonna work out, but you know what? We'll mess with this drone real quick and see if we can tighten up the picture, because I got the gimbal set up to where it's gonna be nice and smooth. When I show you the aerial view, when I hit that camera's gonna be nice and smooth, versus like be all over. It doesn't even look cinematic. You know what I mean? We want these videos to look cinematic, to where it just looks nice and smooth. It just look like something you would pick up on YouTube. It's like a professional you know, shot. So missing a battery. Battery check. We're gonna fire this drone up and make sure we get the camera settings just right. I might have to go on YouTube real quick. I gotta go to YouTube, check out this guy's video. Gotta love YouTube. Everybody's got the uncut version of, you know, whatever info they're trying to give you. It's unbiased. It's just, you know, coming from them. That's why I love YouTube, man. Because a lot of times when you get a review or somebody's trying to tell you something, man, they trying to tell you it's the uncut version. You know, this ain't scripted. Man, that's what I love too, man. Fuck that TV bullshit. It's all scripted. Even those reality TVs. That's why I like some of like my boy Casey. He's a reality TV, right? But he likes to do, you know, gadget reviews and shit like that. And oh, he's doing good. He's got Samsung, you know, pretty much Samsung's backing him, Twitter's backing him. And he's doing good, man. Every time he puts a video out, he's doing like 1 million views, man. He's doing great. But who else? Booster Board, you know what I mean? He's getting all these getting all these what do you call them, endorsements. He's killing it, man. Fucking killing it. Yeah, check him out. His name's Casey Natum. Yeah, because they're different brokers. That's why they pay different. So, but on the low end broker that I mess with,
I put up my first impressions review of this. You don't really know
paying
the camera
$580 to the truck, I make 28% of that, which is $162, which is still great.
Miss out, and I just want to try a really smooth, slow, still GPS.
Damn.
So I'm going to do it in my garden.
I think I'm
Just
coming down with something.
excuses about my gardening. Going down its own way is incredibly true.
Alright, so now I gotta make sure so when I do my drone I gotta go to the DJI app and boom, plug it up like so. Gotta plug it up first. Plug it in. Bam. It's a little tricky, but anyways, do this shit. We'll do another review another day. We gotta get going. Time to fucking around. Alright, so I don't want all this. Gotta download it and update. Damn it. Guess I gotta eat. Might eat some chicken parmesan. I'll be here sitting here. Oh my god. It's fucking. I tell you what. Messing with this drone, they got more updates than I know what. I don't know what, man. It's just like every day I'm fucking updating something. It's like fuck, man. Then you gotta let your drone sit, right? You gotta let your drone sit and waste that battery. Yeah, you gotta turn on the remote and you gotta turn on the drone, right? So you're wasting battery just letting that bitch just sit there and update. It takes about 2 hours to recharge that battery. I need to get a fast charger. I don't even worry about that shit right now. Yeah, I'm with Verizon. I got Verizon. Yeah, let's make some lunch. Chicken Parmesan is on the menu. Boston Market. You guys don't know what Boston Market is. They have a franchise back home. I don't know if they got that where you are, but it's like a McDonald's. McDonald's owns it actually. Boston Market. So anyways, Walmart, they have the meals. They have prep meals. Look at that. Chicken parm, man. Chicken parmesan. Come right up. Chicken parm come right up. Uh-oh, we got a text. It's the money. It's the money, girl. She talking about money. She talking about money. What's she saying? What's she saying? What that girl say? Oh, no, ain't no money. False alarm. Some bitches ringing for no reason. Uh-oh, you heard that drone, right? He talking. Update completed. Let's go. We ready to roll now, boy. Oh, here you go. Oh, yeah, we ready to roll now. That's what it looks like when you turn it on. Oh, you can't even see it, man. I'll do the video another time. You can't see shit anyways. All right, so we go to. Oh, we got the pay sheet. And surveys. Whoa, we got a couple pay. Oh, okay, we got two pay sheets for two different companies. So for Keem, right? For the Keem, their pay sheet for 91 miles is $580. Same thing for the other low-end broker. We rolling with that. We okay with that. We all right with that. Let's call her real quick. Hey, so your Keen load is 91 miles? Yeah? Okay, cool. And the other one is what's the miles on the other one? Okay. All right, cool. So it's 2 hours free time, and then 4 hours you get maxed out at 6. Okay. Alright. Yeah, go ahead, load me up. I'll take Keen. No. It's just me. I'm just with my partner's with you already. Jim. 7-7. Give me 1 second. Sounds good. All right. Where do I need to go pick up this? Where do I need to start heading to for the Keen loader? Yeah. All right. Sounds good. I'll head that way now. Thanks. Bye. She's like, well, where would you like to go to? Take me to the money, motherfucker. 162 is what I'm making. 162. I said, take me to the money. She's like, well, where would you like to go to? Would you like to go to the 35-mile run for $300? Fuck no. Hell no, I don't want to go to no 35-mile run for $320. Wasting my time, man. Shit. 320? What the fucking rate is on that? 320 is $60 for that fucking 35-mile run. $360, $321, $60. I mean 60 cents. 320.60 times 28%. I'm only making $89, man, on that bullshit. Yeah, fuck that. No, man, I ain't doing that. $35-mile run? No. If I'm doing a run, I'm doing a run. Yeah, I know. If I'm doing a run, I'm doing a run. I want to get paid now. I don't want to have to make, what is it, 189? So let's say 90, but 918, so 180 bucks, right? So he's making, oh wait, it's 35 miles, right? Yeah, fuck that. Because my partner, he's got to go back to the loader twice. That's double, right? I'm just making one trip. I'm making one trip. So he's making $89 a run on 35 miles, right? And he's back to back, right? I'm doing 3 times that, right? Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to do that. That's too much bullshit. Back and forth. That's way too much work. I just want to go there, make my money, come back, go there, make my money, go back. So let's do the rate real quick. 91 miles. 91 miles is 580 bucks, right? 580. Yeah, 580. All right, so 580 times 28%, 162 bucks. Got me thinking. All right, so 162.40, right? Yeah, go ahead. I can't hear you. What? Probably like 45 minutes, an hour. Hour and 15 minutes. Okay. How much do I need to load up? Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, thank you. 91 miles. So 91 miles, so 60, that's an hour, right? So I got an hour and 30 minutes. An hour and 30 minutes. That's three. I'm trying to think, maybe the 35-mile run is better. Yeah, we're gonna do the 35-mile run. Fuck that. Yeah, we're gonna do the 35-mile run. Yeah. Yeah, that just makes sense, right? Short run. Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause that one run would run me an hour and a half. That run me an hour and a half just to get there. Then an hour and a half to get back. Fuck that. Yeah, we're doing the short run. Yeah, we'll do the short run. Yep, going through the short run, baby. Whoop, whoop. I don't get too excited now. All right, let's eat, and then we'll get on the road. Eat, road, eat, road. Eat, road. Oh shit, damn. Got my shirt. Drop the old shirt. Well, I tell you what, AC is doing really good. I think maybe I had to run it all day, all night. I don't know, but right now it's running like a champ. And it's 90 degrees outside. AC blowing, freezing cold. It's so cold I gotta wrap up. And it's 90 degrees. Man, I'll show you. Show you how cold, how hot it is out there. It's gotta be 90. Oh, it's 80. It's not no 80. It's like, it says 80, but it feels like, look at the UVA index, man. It's 7. It's high, man. You get burned out there. I don't care what color you are. You'll burn like a motherfucker with 80 degrees with a 7 index. Yeah, your ass gonna burn. Yeah, especially if you ain't been used to the sun the last few weeks. Well, I haven't had no sun out here, but yeah, you burn out here. I got burned yesterday, just working out yesterday in the morning when I was at that thing. I mean, get my truck done yesterday. She's asking ETA, man, fuck all that shit. I get there when I get there, girl. Just know that you got a truck, all right? You got a truck. You didn't have a truck before, but now you got a truck. Just sit back and relax, girl. I got you. I'll get there when I get there. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get your loads. We'll take care of your loads. Don't worry. I will take care of your loads. I will take care of your loads. Trust me on that, lady. You got a load? I'll take care of it. But let me eat first. Yo, the other bitch, man. I don't know if you heard my conversation though. She says, hurry up and get out there. Hurry up and get out there. I get out there. Oh, well, you're going to have to sit and wait. Man, I just drove an hour. I'm going to get loaded. I ain't going to fucking sit here for an hour. I just got done sitting for 22 hours. You think I'm going to sit here and wait for you for an hour? After you already knew ahead of time, an hour before I even got there, that I was on my way? Then now you want me to sit another hour? Yo, that fucking bitch called me like 12, 15 times that morning. I blocked that bitch. Some broker. I blocked that bitch. She called me 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, man, back to back till like 6 a.m. Blowing my phone up, just like a woman. I'm like, man, I had to block that bitch. Bitch just kept calling and calling. I'm watching YouTube. She's interrupting my fucking videos. I'm like, man, this bitch gotta go. She gotta get out of here. Fucking crazy. Look, tell you something. If somebody doesn't call you back, I don't give a fuck who they are. You call your friend, your wife, whatever. I don't know, man, but I call you once. If you don't call me back, hey, then we don't talk. You fuck around, you call me. All you gotta do is call me one time. I'll get back to you. Motherfucker, you ain't gotta blow my phone up. I won't call you back. That goes for anybody. That goes for business. That goes for my people. My mom and my sister, that's a different story, man. But like people outside that circle, man, fuck that. Motherfucker, all you gotta do is call me one time, man. You ain't gotta call me 2, 3 times, man. Especially back to back. Motherfucker, I ain't your goddamn butler. Call me one time, that's it. Two, if it's an emergency, like how you really need to talk. You know, some shit going down. Yeah, but random shit, motherfucker, you don't need to be calling me, man. Like my partner, he's like, hey man, yo, I need to buy, he wants to buy a brand new 250 Platinum, right? Ford. My boy owns a Ford dealership. All right, so look, I'm gonna throw this out there. If you ever need a Ford truck, right? Ford, Land Rover, he's got some other dealers, but let's just stick with Ford and Land Rover, okay? You need a fucking Range Rover, you need a Ford pickup truck. If you're in Florida, you need to let me know. because I'll give you a fucking discount. I'll get you a discount. I'll get you a discount. So anyways, it'll work itself out. Because if I get all these viewers, they say, hey man, I want to pick up truck. I'm in Florida, or I want to order it from Florida and they'll ship it to me. I can do that. If I got all these people coming in to the dealership, it's in his best interest to cut you guys a deal, because you guys are coming in buying trucks. You know what I mean? You guys are coming in buying trucks. But anyways, yeah, he called me, right? He said, hey man, I need to get a truck, man. Call your boy. Can you call your boy for me? You know, I'm looking, I'm at the dealership now. Yeah, I'll call him. I ain't talking about no fucking general manager or any of that shit. My boy owns 15 fucking dealerships around the United States. You know, like I said, he owns a couple in Detroit. He owns Land Rover in Detroit. You can look him up. It's for real. It's Elder, E-L-D-E-R, Automotive Group. And they'll have a whole list of dealers that they car products that they have. I got him out of there. He's good. So anyways, Elder Automotive Group. He's got a lot of dealerships. A lot. When I say just, he's got like, I think Mercury, Lincoln. So if you guys like Lincoln, Mercury, he's got a dealership in Detroit. I know that. He got a few dealerships in. If you guys are from Detroit, I know he's got Land Rover there, Lincoln, and Mercury. But he might have sold all his shit, and now he's based out in Miami. I mean, in Tampa. But anyways, you guys in Florida, and you guys looking for a Ford truck or a Land Rover or anything used, let me know. We'll get you guys set up, and we're gonna get you a fucking discount because you guys are subscribers. So. I don't know why he keeps popping up, but anyways, I don't know why I brought that up. Oh, my boy said, hey man, I need to get a Ford truck. I said, okay. I said, let me call him. He called me Sunday or Saturday. He didn't blow my shit up. He called me like 2 days later and said, hey man, you talked to Rob? I said, nah man, I ain't talked to him. But I called Rob, and he's the owner. He's the CEO of Elder Automotive Group. So we're not talking about no fucking general manager or a fucking sales rep. We ain't talking about none of that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead. Well, I don't know exactly, but I'm in Wofford, so I'm coming. Yeah. Alright, bye. So anyways, he only called me one time. That's what I'm saying. I don't play that shit, man. I don't play that. Call me one time. That's all you need to do. I'll get back to you, man. I'll get back to you. did. Because she got blocked. She got blocked. She got blocked. My wife, she's like that. She'll call 2 or 3 times. She's another one that can do that. If you don't pick up, oh, she'll keep picking up. She'll keep calling. Crazy ass Puerto Rican. If you ain't ever dated a Spanish woman, boy, you in for a rude awakening. They will wake your ass up, boy. They'll put a fire under your ass. Oh yeah. Well, at least they'll try anyways. You gotta hold it down, right? You gotta hold it down a little bit. You gotta let them know who runs. But at the end of the day, they running, but you running too. But boy, they'll put it on you. They'll get your ass right. If you ain't acting right, they'll give you some act right. Believe me on that. Yeah. Fuck with a Spanish woman, boy. Yep. They will put you in check. Or at least they'll try to anyway. They'll try to anyway. But they mean well. They crazy as fuck, but they mean well though. They just don't like to share. That's the problem. They do not like to share. They don't like sharing their men, man. Boy, they get a whiff of that, boy. Oh. Oh. Yeah, you in trouble. You in trouble after that. They gonna go crazy on that one. Oh yeah, they gonna go crazy on that one. Alright, now where the fuck black girls? Yeah. Yeah. No woman likes that, but Spanish women, they take it up a notch, is what I'm saying. They take it up a notch, homie. Yeah, they take it up a notch. And I think it's fuck that. They take it up 2 or 3 notches. Yeah, they took it up 2 or 3 notches. But hey, you want to be with the best, you gotta deal with them. Deal with them. Fuck out. Break away. I gotta brush my teeth and shit. We gotta go back up this way. Take Wofford. Oh. Oh. Yeah, my wife, she does it. I did it. I started doing it after she did it. Yeah, it's just good. Peroxide, they cure all that shit. Plus it whiten your teeth too at the same time. How the fuck does he keep coming up on here? Alright. Oh, that's what he did? Oh, but damn, we'll let him, hey, if he's making another account, then we gotta keep him in the chat room. You guys just, tear him up, man, tear him up. Hey, that takes dedication, man. If you fuck around and get blocked and then make another account, boy, hey, that's a dedicated hater. We gotta keep that motherfucker. We gotta keep him on. We're going to make him a believer. Hey, he's dedicated, boy. He's dedicated to be on this channel. You gotta keep that motherfucker on there. No matter what he said. We'll make him a believer. We'll make him a believer. Those are the best ones, man. Got a hater and all of a sudden, he becomes a believer. He becomes a teammate. All that shit he was talking, the next thing you know, who you rolling with? You rolling with your boy. Those are the ones you want, man. They dedicated. They just don't know, man. They just don't know any better. That's all. But yeah, those are the ones you want right there. That motherfucker dedicated. Dedicated. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright. We're in Newtown.
Let's get started. Drive safely.
Hey Billy, what's up, man? Candle. Billy, what's up, man? You need some loving, buddy? You need some loving? Billy, you need some loving, man? You need a hug, baby? I'll give you a hug, man. I know nobody don't like you, man, but I like you, brother. You good. You good with me, man. Nah, I ain't gonna fuck with your balls though. I ain't gonna fuck with your balls. I ain't gonna fuck with your ball sack, man. Everybody say hi to Billy. Everybody say hi to Billy Payne. He's our troll. You know, we gotta keep at least one troll on the, we gotta keep one troll on the, or a few. It ain't gonna be no fun. Ain't gonna be no fun if you got no shit talkers on there. You know? Everybody say hi to Billy. Everybody be nice to Billy though, man. So he's special. He's special. So don't say anything rude to him. He's special, man. He needs special needs. We gotta make sure we take care of Billy. He's our troll mascot. He's our troll mascot. So if he says anything to you in the wrong way, man, just Take it as a needy person. I mean, a special person. That's all. He don't know any better. He don't know any better. Alright, so I'm going to do a review, right? I'm going to do a review on water. Now, this is water you get at Walmart right here, right? It's called the Great Value Purified Water. I get it because it's cheap, right? And you get it in bulk. Well, I won't get that water anymore. I won't buy that water no more. I'll be getting the Nestle water. The Nestle water tastes way better. To me, in my opinion. It just tastes better for some reason. I don't know. I had an epiphany yesterday when I was at the truck shop yesterday, and I popped it open and started drinking it while it was cold. Well, the other day when I was like, that's it. No more purified water of Great Value. We're gonna only buy Nestle water. It just tastes better. To me, that's just my review on that. I don't know what it is. Miles and running. I'm gonna have to play some music here in a minute. So I want you guys to tell me what you guys think. Let's do the math, right? Let's see if you guys are any good. If you're good at math, I want you to do some numbers for me. What would be the better deal? Would it be better to run the 91-mile run, or would it be better to run the 35-mile run? All right, I'm getting paid 89. We'll just say 90 bucks, $89 and change, right? For the 35-mile run, I would have got paid $162 for the 91-mile run. It would have took me an hour and a half to make that run, right? Hour to 2 hours, right? Versus the 35-mile run, which would only take me 45 minutes. Which logically is the better deal? Which logically the better load to take? Logically, what's better? Profitability, which one would be better? Where would I make the most money? Would I make the most money running the 35-mile runs, or would I make the most money running the 90-mile run for $162? Which one would I be more profitable? 90-mile, 35-mile. Which one would be better? Which one would I make the most money? Leave your comments below, I'll read them later. So I got step safety stepped to me yesterday at Oasis. They were nice about it. They would say, hey, look, you know, we can't have any drones on site, you know, because anything could happen, could fall, shit can blow up, shit can catch on fire. So no drone flying over Oasis wells or Halliburton wells. I didn't fly over the wells. I went over the wells. Well, actually, I was on their wells. I was actually on the well site when I was flying that night. That first drone flight I did. So yeah. So anyways, yeah, no more flying drones on or around or above well sites. Down or something. Tie that bitch down just like that. Yeah, I want to tie that down. You can't have that shit shaking like that. Cameras in a second. I gotta shut this one down. Hopefully all the... Yeah, it'll come up. Yeah, we'll shut this one down.